Today's class is going to focus a bit on core strength. Yesterday we worked on poses that can help prevent or relieve low back pain. And a big part of that is strengthening the core. So we'll work on that today. With that said, oftentimes when we do exercises to strengthen the core, it can aggravate the low back. But in order to release that low back pain, we need to strengthen our core. So you kind of have to find your own happy medium there. We don't want to cause pain, but we do want to strengthen the core. So if you start to feel things in the low back, that is your cue to back off a little bit and even skip poses. We'll start today in a comfortable seat on the mat. I'm sitting in Sukhasana, easy pose, but you can take any comfortable seated position. Bring the navel in towards the spine. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky, lengthening that spine. And then bring the shoulder blades together and down your back. Place the hands on the thighs. Close your eyes. And just start to become aware of your breath. And if you're able, allow the breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring your breath into balance by making your inhale the same length as the exhale. And then with each inhale, create length in your spine. Keep the length, but as you exhale, release tension. Relax the jaw, relax the shoulders. So even just sitting here, you may find your core really working to keep yourself sitting upright. Oftentimes, people think of the core just as the rectus abdominis, which is where you see that six-pack sometimes. But the core actually includes a large number of muscles between the ribs and the abdomen. These muscles work together to perform their functions, but we need them to be strong enough so that they can perform their particular jobs. The core muscles, you can think of them as providing you with your good posture and support. The core muscles also help to prevent injury to the spine. So each joint of your spine has about 4 degrees of movement. And when our core isn't strong, oftentimes our body will go beyond that normal range of motion. And that's when we can injure our discs or ligaments and can lead to all sorts of back pain. When we have a stronger core, we feel more centered, more balanced, and our practice is safer. Bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the third exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the third time together, inhale. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open the eyes, looking forward. Bring your arms by your sides, and as you inhale, they come up overhead. And as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. So you're moving with your breath here at your own pace. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come back down. So if you notice that your back starts to round, engage the core. Use those core muscles to keep you nice and tall. The next time the arms are up overhead, pause there. So we're going to look like we're going into a forward fold, but we're only going to go a little bit of the way. So root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, without rounding the back, just start to hinge from the hips. And then you're going to bring yourself back up. So you're just hinging from those hips. Exhale, we hinge. We're only going a little bit of the way until you feel the core turn on. Inhale, back up. 3 more. When you finish, you can bring the hands together, and then as you exhale, bring the hands together at your heart. Take the left hand behind the left hip. Right hand comes to the top of that left knee. Root down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. So the core is engaged. What does that mean? Our pelvic floor draws up. Our navel draws in. Let's come back to center. But also, it's as if we're feeling this wrapping around sensation so that the core muscles are just protecting all of our internal organs. Take that right hand behind the right hip, left hand to the top of the right knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. Core is engaged. As you exhale, twist to your right. So when we engage the core, we're not just sucking the stomach in. Press down once again through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, bring yourself back to center. Place your left hand by your side. Root down through the sit bones. As you inhale, right fingertips reach towards the sky, and as you exhale, begin to tip to your left. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place your right hand by your side. Left fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, tip to the right. Slowly bring yourself back up, lower the arm, and we'll come to all fours, hands and knees. So I was really proud of myself for the past couple years because for the first time ever, I didn't have low back pain, ever really, especially when I was gardening. But through changes that happened with this pandemic, I slacked a bit, well, a lot, on my fitness, and now my low back is talking to me again. So it's a definite clue that I need to work on building that core strength. So we'll come to all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, shift your hips to your heels, your chest to your thighs, coming to extended child's pose. As you inhale, come up all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, up all fours. One more time. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. On the inhale, the right arm and the left leg sweep out parallel to the mat. So you're reaching through the heel, reaching through the fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you'll bring your left knee to the right elbow beneath your belly. And then as you inhale, extend nice and long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. 3 more here on your own. You're trying to keep the rest of the body as still as possible. When you finish, you're going to hold that right arm and left leg out, parallel to the mat. Breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. Breathe for 1. Lower the right hand, lower the left knee, shift back to child's pose. Come back up. All 4s. So navel draws in here. We don't want to have an arched back. Right leg, left arm, sweep out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, left elbow to right knee beneath the belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw together. Inhale, extend. 3 more on your own. And then when you finish, you're going to keep the leg and the arm extended. So you'll hold the pose for 3 breaths, making sure you're not holding the breath. When you finish, you can lower that left hand, lower the right knee. Shift back to child's pose. Bring yourself back up, all 4s. So you're moving dynamically here. The next time you come to all 4s, pause there, and we'll begin to move into Aromucha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Start to shift those hips back. Your knees lift just a bit as you press back through those heels. Start to walk your feet forward towards the hands. Coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. Bring the hands to the hips, press down through the feet to come up. So really quickly, we're going to go over 2 ways to come out of your forward fold. So on the inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. You can feel free to bend the knees if you'd like. The more gentle version, bring the hands to the hips. Use the core to bring yourself up. Arms by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from those hips. So this way is a little more challenging on the core. Root down through the feet. Arms start to lift. Once they're in line with the ears, use that core, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So you can choose which way to come out of your forward folds. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees as if you're sitting just on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you'll slide those hips back in your chair. Uttanasana, chair pose. Press down through the feet. Inhale to come up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. On the inhale, come halfway up. So now our back is parallel to the mat. Crown of the head is reaching to the front of the room. Exhale, fold forward. So now you get to choose how you come out of the forward bend. Bring yourself all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in as you exhale, slide those hips back. Press down through the feet, bring yourself up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, choose the version that's right for you. Bring yourself out of the forward fold. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. On the inhale, bring yourself up halfway. On the exhale, fold forward. I think I forgot our chair pose. It's our lucky day. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll do our extra chair pose now. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend those knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in and slide those hips back. So here, for a more gentle option, you could place your hands on your hips. Breathe. Press down through the feet, bring yourself up, and we're just going to lower the arms here. So we're going to stand in Tadasana mountain pose. Shoulder blades together and down your back. Hips are stacked on knees, knees stacked on ankles, pelvis in neutral, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. The core is engaged, so the navel's being drawn in, but we're also drawing in the sides. Everything is wrapping around. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from your hips, and step back to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you. So you're going to kind of float forward as you bring that right foot forward between the hands. Root down through the sole of that left foot, toes point out slightly. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Bring those arms out like a T, palms face the floor. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to twist to the left as you gaze out over the right fingertips for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bend the right elbow. On the exhale, tip to the right, bringing the forearm to the thigh. So the left arm can slide so that the bicep is right over the ear, or the hand can be on the hip. So you can use your front leg here to take the weight of the arm, but you don't want to collapse there. Integrate the core. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, you can bring your bottom hand or arm away from the thigh. Bring that arm back. Press down through the feet. Bring yourself back up to Warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down, one on either side of your right foot. Step back to downward facing dog. From here, we're just going to float forward to plank. So you can take plank with your knees up or your knees down. Don't let the hips sag. Shift back, down dog. Sweep that left leg out behind you. Float forward as you step the left foot forward. Root down through the sole of your right foot. Toes point out slightly. Inhale, arms sweep up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Arms come out like a T, palms face the floor. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to twist to your right, gazing out over those left fingertips. Bend the left elbow, and as you exhale, tip to the right, forearm to the thigh. The right arm slides so that the bicep is over the ear, or place the hand on the hip. Feel free to reach this left arm away from the thigh, focusing on that core. Bring the arm back to the thigh. Press down through the feet to bring yourself back up. Virabhadrasana 2. Cartwheel those hands down, one on either side of the left foot. Step back to downward facing dog. From here, float forward to plank, knees up or down. Keep the navel drawn in, crown of the head reaching to the space in front of you. Lower the knees to the mat. Shift back to child's pose and rest. Come to kneeling. I always say standing on the knees, and really it's just kneeling. Like, it's not that confusing. I don't know why I make confusing words up. So we're on the knees. Hips are right over the knees. As you inhale, arms sweep up. On the exhale, you're hinging from those hips. Hips go towards the heels. Hands come down to the ground. Then you're going to try to come back up without pushing off through the hands, just using the core. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, back up. And I always like to tell my students, when I was in yoga teacher training, I could not do this. My core was so weak. I had just had a baby. But it's nice to see things that you improve with. We're going to do 2 more, and when you finish, you can rest in child's pose. So once you come to child's pose, you can rest here. And then we're going to come back up to all fours, hands and knees. I'm just going to have a little tiny sip of coffee. So we're on all fours, and we're going to practice cat-cow. When we go to cat, I really want you to squeeze those abdominal muscles. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, round the spine, squeezing the abdominal muscles. Then as you inhale, you arch the back, the bottom and the head reach towards the sky, so you stretch those muscles. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine, and we're going to come to lay down on our bellies. So you'll lay down on your belly, bringing your arms by your sides, palms face the sky. As you inhale, the head, chest, and arms simultaneously lift up off of the mat. Resist the urge to look forward, and on the exhale, lower. Inhale, head, chest, arms lift. Exhale, lower. The next time you lower, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead. Bring your arms back by your sides, palms face the sky. Point your toes. As you inhale, legs lift. And as you exhale, legs lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more here. When you finish, cross the forearms in front of you, rest the forehead. Bend the knees, rotate the ankles. Let the ankles become still. Lower the feet down to the mat. Bring your arms by your sides, palms face the sky. This time, as you inhale, head, chest, arms, and legs simultaneously lift up off of the mat. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower once more. When you finish, you can roll over onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. So you're going to keep the knees hugged in, but bring your arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you're going to tip the legs over to the left. So you're twisting to the left here. On the inhale, you're going to bring the legs back up to your chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. So you're going to do 3 more each side. When you finish, hug those knees into the chest. So keep the knees hugged in, but bring your arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Press the soles of the feet towards the sky. So what you're going to do is lower your legs just 1/3 of the way. Bring them back up. Then you'll lower the legs 2/3. Bring them back up. Lower the legs until they're about 2 inches away from the ground. Bring them back up. Hug the knees into the chest. Keep those knees hugged in, arms out like a T. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Lower the legs about 1/3 of the way. Bring them back up. Lower 2/3. Bring them back up. Lower until those legs are about 2 inches away from the ground. Bring them back up. Hug the knees into the chest. Keep the knees hugged in, arms back out like a T. Soles of the feet press up towards the sky. Lower those legs 1/3 of the way. Bring the legs back up. Lower the legs 2/3 of the way. Bring them back up. Lower the legs until they're 2 inches away from the ground. Bring them back up. Hug those knees into the chest. Rock side to side here. So bring those arms out like a T once again. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So we're going to be doing another version of leg lifts. If it's too much for the low back, a good alternative is to do alternate leg lifts. So just lifting one leg and lowering it, lifting the other leg and lowering it. But for more of a challenge, you'll press those feet towards the sky. Create an external rotation in the legs, so you're turning the legs out. So the heels are together, toes are apart, your feet are in a little V. Start to crisscross, leading with the heels. Continue your crisscross as you lower those legs until they're about 2 inches away from the ground. Don't knock over your coffee. Bring those legs back up. At any time, if you need to take a break and hug the knees in, that's perfectly fine. We're going to do 5 of these. And I am going to move my coffee because that's just asking for trouble. So you're just crisscrossing at the heels as you lower the legs until they almost touch the floor. Keep crisscrossing as you bring them back up. And we're going to try to do that a total of 5 times unless you need to modify or take a break. Keep that low back pressed into the mat here, which will help recruit the proper muscles. When you finish, draw those knees into the chest. And once you hug the knees in, you can rock gently from side to side. Become still and place the soles of the feet on your mat. Arms come by your sides. So we're moving into dynamic bridge pose. So we want to draw the pelvic floor up, navel in, engage both glutes, lift the hips. As you exhale, lower the hips. So yesterday we practiced this without engaging just to see the difference. So let's try that again. So don't engage anything in the core, the glutes, and just press up and come up. And more of the weight is going to be in your knees now, and that's not helping you. So lower the hips, pelvic floor draws up, navel draws in, brings that pelvis to neutral. Engage the glutes, press down through the feet to lift. And now you can feel that core working and the glutes working instead of dumping the weight into the knees. So you're going to lift and lower, moving with your breath. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Lift and lower once more here. And then you'll hug your knees back into your chest, placing the right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee. On the inhale, knees pull away from your chest, arms straighten. As you exhale, hug those knees in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, hug those knees in. Hug the knees in once more. We're going to begin to transition into Shavasana. If there's anything that you need to be comfortable, you can feel free to grab that now. And then once you have what you need, you'll just come to lay on your back, extend the legs out nice and long, allow your feet to just flop open. Arms are by your sides, palms face the sky. Take a nice deep breath in here and then just let it all go. Allow the whole body to just sink into the floor. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let your eyes just rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again and becoming aware of the body. You can start to make any subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling your fingers and wiggling the toes. You can rotate through the wrists and the ankles and turn that head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up, and then roll to the right side in the fetal position, and we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping the eyes closed if you'd like, you can use your arms to press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position and bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for working on core strength. And remember, oftentimes when we hear core strength, we immediately think of like the six-pack abs. And those are really, really hard to get. So don't worry about those. We want to be more concerned with protecting our spine and making our practice safer. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day.